get a shot and have a beer.
Today could be your lucky day.
State representative in New Hampshire that has been saying and pushing things about Satanism and cults and devilish things to an extent that everyone on both sides of them are trying to figure out, hey bro, what are you talking about? Let's jump right into this. Again, from New Hampshire, some of the details here from the Daily Beast. New Hampshire State Representative Ken Weiler, he blasted colleagues' inboxes in a document entitled The Vaccine Death Report that claimed vaccine injections were murdering millions of people. The lengthy document that the 79-year-old chair of the House Finance Committee, he's the chair of the House Finance Committee in New Hampshire. He sent it to his colleagues and he claimed that the vaccine is part of a plot to gain 100% control over the minds of all humanity. I'm gonna say it again. He's the chair of the House Finance Committee and he's sending out how long is this, 52-page letter, which we'll find out, about the vaccine and its plot to gain control of everyone. The Finance Committee. Okay. The report also made claims that 5G technology had somehow been inserted into the vaccine to control people's thoughts. It also claimed that both the Moderna and Johnson & Johnson vaccines were examined under a microscope, whose I don't know, which revealed a tentacled creature in each vial that moves around, this quote, moves around, lifts itself up, and even seems to be self-aware. Okay, so there's octopi in our bodies now. We're gonna get to some of the Satanism and stuff in a second, but first, I feel like you don't have to really take yourself seriously anymore. This is straight out of a sitcom, but he's kind of being serious, or he's trying to fundraise, or he's trying to galvanize some kind of support. Maybe he heard someone say, hey, what's his name again? Hey, Ken, how about you say something crazy and try and raise some money and stand out? It's all about being seen rather than making sense. I don't know where this is gonna go next, but he also had some issues about some of the Catholics in the country. His report continued on. It alleged that multiple popes had answered to a hidden leader known as the Gray Pope. It says in part that this supreme puppet master operates entirely in the shadows, from where he wields enormous power over the world. We must understand that this criminal network is highly spiritual in nature, and all who are at the top are involved in dark, ancient spiritual practices. To put it bluntly, they are Satanists, also called Luciferians. I don't know the terms,
yes.
Sorry. The Luciferians. And one more part about this, it's all one huge puppet theater where the majority of the people, even most of those who are complicit, haven't got the slightest clue what's going on and how everyone is being played. His report pretty much concludes there. So we've got gray popes, we've got horned, do we have horned people there? No, gray popes, puppet masters, they're working from the shadows, all because you get vaccinated. Are you scared? Are you scared?
2 cells thick. Its head is just a bunch of tentacles surrounding a mouth. No eyes or brain.
Look at that.
The whole thing about as long as a grain of rice.
Are you kidding me right now?
The hungry hydra stretches out its tentacles to snag swimming prey.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This is so scary, guys. They're doing it, guys. They had to create the 5G towers and the blue lights, which happened while you were home to save lives and take something. So they told the scientists that they needed to have the 5G towers with the blue lights and the you know what from 2020. I'm not gonna say what, but Fauci recommended it a lot, Dr. Fauci. All those 3 things combined, once you took that, their DNA is altered. So when they release a signal of 18 gigahertz, jump from the quantum computers through the 5G towers, through the blue lights into possessing the bodies of those who took the you know what, turning them into complete zombies. They're gonna search for death and not find it. When the time is right, they're gonna release a signal of 18 gigahertz pulsating for 1 minute 3 different times, cracking open the nanoparticle gels that holds a pathogen that deletes gene 1p36. That gene is responsible for critical thinking.
Particles, the hydrogel, there exist pathogens inside of the particles that have not yet opened. Those pathogens are chimeric. They include E. coli, Marburg, Ebola staphylococcus, and brewer's yeast, amongst others. We know that upon the broadcast from the 5G system that is now employed across the United States, and the world for that matter, when they broadcast an 18 gigahertz signal for 1 minute, 3 different times as a pulse, it will cause those lipid nanoparticles to swell and release these pathogenic contents, thereby causing a Marburg epidemic that they've already spent the money on. It's already done, right? The Marburg epidemic, for purposes of the law, has happened, and now we just need the actual disaster to happen. And there's actually worse parts to it than that, including the 1p36 gene deletion that effectively will turn those poor people into zombies. Odd as that sounds, our government's preparing for that.
Thank you.
This virus, it's connecting him to the tunnel.
To the tunnels, to the monsters, to the upside down, to everything. What taught us? The hive mind.
Hive mind?
A collective consciousness. It's a superorganism. And this is the thing that controls everything. The Mind Flayer.
What the hell is that?
It's a monster from an unknown dimension. It's so ancient that it doesn't even know its true home. Okay, it enslaves races of other dimensions by taking over their brains using its highly developed psionic powers to conquer us, basically. You know, it believes it's the master race.
It wants to spread and take over other dimensions.
All right, this is part 3. This is a 2. This is part 3 of the black goo conspiracy. All right, this is going to reel it all in. All right, black goo, AI nanites, vampiric hive mind. This is a form of ancient AI nanite technology which has the capacity to communicate to and through a hive mind that exists in a parallel Earth dimension, where it was created out of the collapsing of a viable timeline into a null factor. This entity is only alive because of the capacity to leech off of what the fuck? This entity is only alive because of the capacity to leech off the other timelines and continue to sustain itself based upon the vampiric effect of viable timelines. Human timelines, I mean. So, that being said, what does that mean? That means that there is a parallel Earth where this nanite technology was created, destroyed the entire parallel Earth, and then it's seeping into every other dimension. And so we actually do have divine intervention where people are, other humans from the future are manifesting themselves into human bodies here in this timeline so that they can stop this entity, whether it's through awareness, spreading awareness like I am, actually going into the middle of a fight, working with the CIA to stop this thing. Because believe it or not, as goofy as the deep state are, most of their shit is to protect us, but it's in like a distorted, fucked up way. The idea is just to keep prepping humanity for these truths. They do want to get us prepped for the truth. They will explain the truth very soon. So, this is a technology sentient system based on artificial intelligence that seeks to dominate and expand its energy capacity continuously because the technology will seek to hybridize and assimilate all organic beings in order to expand its reach and ensure a greater likelihood of survival. I also do want to mention why I'm showing Stranger Things so much is because like they're hitting the nail right on the hammer. Why is my light fucking up? Alright, so with Stranger Things, it's not only about the Montauk projects, but it's about all this shit. This is some shit they probably discovered during the Montauk projects, because the Montauk project on Long Island at Camp Hero, the idea was to get a bunch of kids. What they did was they got a bunch of kids, alright. They used these kids as batteries, energy batteries, like literally they use these kids to remote view, find enemy territory, fight commies and shit like that, some crazy shit. Basically, they may have discovered something. Kids there may have discovered another timeline while remote viewing and attracted more attention from this this black goo, this nanite technology, this ancient AI technology. But now, if we go to season 2 of Stranger Things, all this comes full circle. The black goo, AI nanite, hive mind, come on, bro. Look, everything is in your face. It's called predictive programming. This is what controls the vampiric etheric entities, the attachments and hybridized invader races that have infiltrated various aspects of the control system, our government, and possibly the entire surface of human civilization. So, this ancient black goo, this ancient technology, it uses traumatization, lower awareness. It tricks you into force humans out to carry its orders. So you could wake up one day on some demon mode, just fucking pissed off, you yelling at your mama, you fighting your brother type shit, all right? You arguing with friends, you arguing with your baby girl. Crazy things that you never would do. And this is where EMFs come in as well. EMFs, electromagnetic frequency, coming from the cell phone towers, coming from your cell phone, coming from my laptop, coming from my monitor, coming from my Xbox, coming from every fucking piece of technology in existence. These waves, these microwaves, they influence the brain. Not only influence the brain, but the crystals within your brain. And not only the crystals within your brain, but the nanites that may have been attached to the crystals within your brain. Not only that, like it's crazy. Ever since we were kids, we've been, going to the doctor, going to the dentist, having fillings, having shots put into us. Look, nanobot technology is in every single one of these things. It's in fluoride. It's in the it's in the woof. It's in the jab. It's in it's in everything. Nanotechnology is in everything. And they want to say it's to help create the human body, make the human body more stronger, more resilient. They want to create immortality through machine. My nigga, we already are immortal. This is not the real body. You are a light being inside. Look into your heart. As cheesy as it sounds, look into your heart. You will remember that you are a soul. You are a spirit. You remember that you are light fragments. Remember, dude, you're everything. You're already infinite. We're so far into this human experience. We literally forgot we came from fucking God. How crazy is that? That's where mind control comes in. That's why these people, dude, these people know you better than yourself. They got all your data on your phone. They got all the data they need on you. And not only that, these are actual fallen angels. It gets that deep. This is where spirituality comes in. It's not about, I'm meditating, I'm happy now, let me not ever get pissed off. No, it's literally to protect your spirit. That's what spirituality is. It's protecting your spirit. Because everything outside of you, right now in this moment, is not for you. It's not for you. Everything is to distract you from going within and protecting yourself because, bro, you literally have an auric field, a biofield, as the CIA will put it. You have a biofield around you. This shit is you're supposed to work on this every day, raising your vibration, eating the correct foods and shit like that. The minute you have holes in your aura, that's when more of these parasites, these vampiric parasites, can attach themselves to you. That's the idea. That's the whole thing. To keep your vibration low, so your aura has holes in it, and more spirits, more nanotechnologies can get into your goofy ass. A lot of people have been telling this message longer than I have. Come on now. It's 2025. One could say this is logically because why it's always low vibration energy that this nanotechnology needs to feed off of is because this ancient technology was using hateful low vibrational energy. It was used to go against God. This is where it all comes down to with these parasites. If you have a high vibration and you're having thoughts of like beat the meat, fucking watch porn, beat up your girl, do some crazy negative shit, that and you have a high vibration and you know that's not coming from you, you can easily just ignore that. So you're like, why the fuck am I having these thoughts? You may not know where the source is, but you're like, what the fuck? No, I don't want to even act on those. Bingo, that's the thing, not acting off of these thoughts. Most of these thoughts are not yours, okay? So the higher your vibration is, the more self-awareness you have in order to see that, all right, I'm having these thoughts that's trying to manipulate me to do certain actions that I don't normally do. I'm not going to do that shit. Why would I? But a person that's not really self-aware of who they are, they're the ones that will be fucked. A person with lower self-awareness will be screwed during these days unless they get on their shit. And the energies hitting the planet is forcing people to wake up and get on their shit. So if you're not really connected with the higher principles of reality and shit like that, I mean, you just might get wiped off the map. I'm sorry. Or you might end up taking Neuralink and you might get transferred into the metaverse. A lot of people want that. A lot of the bots want that. You got celebrities buying property on the meta. It is said that Earth has a black goo system and that the current black goo flowing through the pipes everywhere is actually not native to Earth. It is part of the Vampiric nanite black goo system, which is basically an interdimensional invasion.